There's turmoil in the land of Israel. Israel doctors are on strike. More Army reservists bulk at service in an uproar over judiciary changes. I'm Tyrone Bowman. This is Tyrone Bowman Tonight. According to Reuters, and I'm going to break it down to you, and it goes like this, ladies and gentlemen. Israeli women, they're leading protests against judicial reforms. So here's a basic summary of what has occurred and what's happening over in the land of Israel, the Middle East. Long-serving PM Benjamin Netanyahu faces a biggest domestic crisis, and medics strike. All black ads cover newspapers. Two reservists are punished for not heeding training call-up. An absent reservist could damage military readiness officers. Netanyahu says he will seek political consensus in the future. Israeli doctors declared a strike on Tuesday, and more Army reservists have asked to halt service in a public backlash over the hard right government's ratification of the first stage of a judicial overhaul that critics say endangers democracy. With long-serving Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu facing his gravest domestic crisis. Israel's military took its first known internal disciplinary action over the protest. One reservist was fined 1,000 shekels or $270, and another given a suspended 15-day jail sentence for ignoring call-ups. There has been an increase in requests to halt reserve duty. Brigadier General Daniel Hagari told Israeli reporters in remarks confirmed by a military spokesperson. If reservists do not report for duty for a long duration, there will be damage done to the preparedness of the military, Hagari said, adding this would be a gradual process. The military spokesman gave no further details on the number of requests to abstain from volunteer service. A black day for Israel's Israeli democracy, read the ad on the front of major newspapers placed by a ground describing itself as high-tech workers worried about the judiciary changes pursued by the ruling Religious National Coalition. The bill curbing Supreme Court review of some state decisions based in a stormy Knesset or parliament on Monday after an opposition walkout. As the vote took place, protesters were out in their thousands, some scuffling with police. Protest leaders said growing numbers of military reservists would no longer report for duty if the government pressed ahead with its plans. Former top brass have also warned that Israel's war readiness with Arab and Iranian adversaries spread across the Middle East could be at risk. Israel's enemies have convened top-level meetings to consider the turmoil and how they might capitalize on it, sources familiar with the discussions told Reuters. Israeli Finance Minister Bezalel Motrek, in comments to Army Radio, said the military was combat ready even though reservists wanted to put a gun to the head of the government. Opposition leader Yair Lapid asked protesting reservists to hold off pending any Supreme Court ruling on appeals against the new law. Both a political watchdog group and the Israel Bar Association have filed challenges. The crisis has deeply split Israeli society. The crisis has deeply split Israeli society and hit the economy hard by triggering foreign investor flight, weakening the shekel currency, and raising the specter of a general strike by the Hesteret, public sector union. It has also strained ties with the West, including close allies, the United States, which called Monday's vote unfortunate. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin called for political consensus through political dialogue in Israel during a call on Tuesday with Israeli counterpart Yoav Gallant. calling this essential to a resilient democracy, the Pentagon said. Netanyahu has said he wants consensus on any further legislation by November. Gallant's ministry said he told Austin that Israel wasn't a strong democracy, or that Israel was a strong democracy and will remain this way in the future. The Israel Medical Association called a 24-hour strike around the nation, though not in Jerusalem, which is the scene of escalating confrontations. However, the Tel Aviv regional labor court ordered the doctors to return to work, backing a government injunction request. A copy of the ruling seen by Reuters showed. Physicians said they would not remain silent. Tomorrow, the physicians will go back to work, but I can say that thousands of them are not going to be silent because there is a strong feeling that we cannot work as physicians when Israel is no more a democratic state, said Ahia, the then chairman of the Israeli Association of Public Health Physicians. Disquiet has spread to the arts. Divided audience members heckled and applauded a cast member in a popular musical in Tel Aviv as he read a statement on the crisis, and a fellow actor strolled off stage in apparent exasperation, according to video on social media, angering critics further. Netanyahu's ultra-Orthodox Jewish coalition partners said they would submit legislation shortening up exemption from mandatory military service for their constituents studying in seminaries. However, Netanyahu's Likud party said no such bill would be pursued for now. First elected to top office in 1996, and now in his sixth term, Netanyahu, 73, has cast the judicial overall as a redressing of balance among branches of government. Complicating Netanyahu's position is a corruption trial in which he denies wrongdoing and his weekend hospitalization to receive a pacemaker, his coalition's expansion of Jewish settlements on occupied land where Palestinians seek to establish a state, which has also weighed on relations with Washington. Just lost my feed. Trying to get it back. Well, you know what? I'm Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender. Never quit. That's enough for now.